Hi. We're going to start laying on your back today, knees bent, feet flat on the mat, and leave a little space in between your feet. I'm going to give you a little time to just breathe and settle into the mat. So if as you lay down, you notice you're uncomfortable, just grab a pillow or something to put under your head while your body is taking that time. I'm going to have you cover your lower rib cage with your hands, like all the floating ribs, and just overlap your fingertips a little bit in the center. Begin to breathe rhythmically, inhaling through your nose, and then exhaling through your mouth or your nose. And right now, your intention is just to observe your breath. When you breathe in, try to feel the expansion through the rib cage and through your torso. And then when you exhale, feel your chest soften, feel your body compress as the air leaves. And again, as you breathe in, feel the expansion affect the back and the sides of your ribs, as well as the front where you can feel. And then exhale thoroughly. Take your time and just observe what happens as you continue to blow out the air. One more time, as you breathe in, allow your body to settle into the support of the mat. And then when you exhale, you're waking up the deepest layer of all the muscles in the torso so we can sense where the core is, where our center is, as we continue on through the workout. Now bring your arms down by your sides. I'm going to have you do a silly thing next. I want you to use your feet initially to power this, but you're just going to start to push yourself up and down the mat. I'm shaking my arms extra so you can see where the movement is. Okay, so I'm just kind of jostling myself on the mat. I wonder if that you can even hear the scratch in my headphones. And I could feel the back of my skull kind of rocking in the skin. I could feel the back of my rib cage and my sacrum, which is the back of the pelvis. And so I'm just like letting this jostle happen. Where before you were feeling that expansion and contraction pump, now I want you to just feel like the give we have so that as we're walking or running, we can absorb all the shock from landing on the ground. Take one leg out straight, and we're going to keep doing this, but you can kind of power it more with the leg that's still bent. Let your ankle flop. I don't know if you can see mine do it. I'm trying to be extra floppy for you. So that the leg on that side kind of gets that benefit of what we're talking about, that compress and release, the little bit of give that our fascia allows for. Keep taking those nice deep breaths just to encourage your body to relax. And then we're going to switch to the, if you think this is going to be a relaxing day, I just want to worry you know it's not. Start to do the same thing on the other side. I'm just giving your body a fighting chance for what's about to come next. So take that, suckers. All right, keep pumping it from that bent foot, just jostling yourself on the floor. Try to just let the rest of your body go along for the ride. Sometimes I can feel my organs going blah, 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 when I do this. Almost there. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You know I'm out of things to say when I just start saying numbers. All right, let's go to bent knees. Both knees bent, I mean. And now take a second, just rock your pelvis around a little bit. Find your best neutral today. So you want to have a little curve present under your low back. Again, you're weighted down at the sacrum, which you're feeling jostle. You're weighted down at your ribs. And that jostling, another benefit, is it brought your attention into the back of your body. So you can feel those reference points as we're trying to keep the head and the ribs and the hips aligned. You have more sensation available in the back of your body. We're going to go into alternating hip release for our first exercise. So arms can relax by your side. Okay, I want you to start with your left leg. You're going to let it fall out to the side and then slide it down the mat till the leg is straight. Now, at the same time, you're going to turn in the other leg and begin to drop out the other one. As that one's sliding out, begin to drag the first one back in. And we're just going to continue that. As one falls out, the other one turns in. One's pushing away as the other one's coming closer. And you're just dragging your feet along the mat, allowing your ankles to be loose to follow the motion so you can sense the floor, but your feet to feel light enough on the floor that we can drag and not pull the mat. And when you get back up to the top, just pause. When you just got the hang of it, let's try to reverse it. So I'm going to leave with the left leg again. I'm going to let it fall in and down. And then as it starts to turn out, I'm going to let the other knee fall in and down. And then I'm going to turn out and pull back up with the other leg. So we're still trying to create stability through the pelvis, but I take that with a little grain of salt when I'm doing this motion. There's so much to think about. Try to just keep generally still through your trunk and aware of the contribution of all the muscles around your waist. One more time each way. Good. And then back up. There. All right, now open your feet a little wider so they're about as wide as the mat. We're going to go into a set of hip rolls. So you want your feet to be about 6 to 8 inches away from your heels. Let your knees turn out a little bit so you're carrying more weight on the pinky toe side of your foot. As you go into your hip roll, begin to rock your pelvis and peel your spine off the mat, beginning at your tailbone. As you lift up your hips, I want you to turn your knees in so they knock together. You're going to feel a little stretch kind of coming around that way. Then as you roll back down, lower your ribs before your low back, then your hips, and you're going to turn your knees back out in time with the movement. Exhale, start to roll up, rotating the legs in. Make sure we shift the weight off the pinky toes, but you don't lift the pinky toes when you go there. And then same thing as you roll back down, we can let the knees turn out so the weight goes to the pinky toes, but you still sense where that big toe is on the ground. And again, exhale, roll up, knees knocking in. Keep tucking your pubic bone up at the top, then roll back down and turn your knees out. One more time in this direction. Exhale, roll up, dropping your knees in towards the center as you lift your hips, and then roll back down and turn out. Of course, we got to reverse that. Start with your knees in. As you roll up, you're going to rotate your legs out at the same time. And then when you roll back down, turn your knees in. And again, exhale, curl up, activate your glutes, keep that pubic bone, remember, as the high point of the pelvis. And then roll back down, rotating the legs in. And again, exhale, curl off. When the knees turn out, make sure that big toe stays on the mat. And then roll back down. So it's good, even though we're making motions, we've given it limits. Right, so you're not really stretching, we're activating different systems of muscles. And then roll back down. Okay, can you just wiggle your feet back in so they're back to that parallel hip width? How about a couple arm circles now just to warm up your shoulders? So you're going to take an inhale breath, you're going to lift your arms up and reach overhead, and then exhale, circle around to your sides and down to your hips. And again, inhale as you reach back, and exhale, circle around. Try to breathe into the back of the body and exhale to circle. Let's go the other way. Breathe in, circle overhead, and then lift the arms, return down. When you breathe into your back, we're trying to encourage air to get into the lowest part of your lungs. That's one of the reasons we use that reference point. It also helps to keep your rib cage straight over your pelvis. Relax your arms back down for a little pause, which will translate into better posture when you're standing. Now, we're going to alternate the direction of the arm circles and do a crunch every time we come back in towards the hips. So let's take it overhead again first. So we're going to go overhead. Now circle the arms around as you exhale, lift your head. Now take the arms back out to the side as you lower your head. Then go up to the ceiling and just follow it into the crunch. Exhale. Inhale, back down. Exhale, circle around, curl up and look at the knees. Inhale, lower. Now arms up. Exhale, flex forward. Inhale, lower. Exhale, circle around and curl. Inhale, down, reach overhead. Lift the arms, flex up. And lower back down. One more of each. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, circle overhead, flex forward, lower down. Now take those hands behind your head. All right. Next thing that's going to happen. You're crunching and you're doing 6 pulses. Nod your chin. Flex forward again, about the same height, so you're right at the bottom tip of the shoulder blade. Then rock back a little as you inhale and exhale, lift. Rock back and up, back and up. Never stop looking at the knees. Last 2 and 1. Lower your head. Lift your left leg up to tabletop. Repeat the same 6 pulses, and I'm adding more. Exhale, crunch up. Rock back for 1, lift. 2, lift. 3, 4, 5, 6, stay up. Now twist towards the knee for 1 and back to center. 2, back to center. 3, 4. One more time. Nothing to say. I'm just saying numbers. Lower your head. Let's take that other leg up to tabletop. That was because I was trying really hard to impress you with my form. All right, make sure you're still level left to right. Let's get those 6 pulses in the middle. Exhale, crunch up. Now rock back for 1. Left. Also, did you see how still I was keeping my leg? Usually I'm a fan of wiggling it, but I was trying very hard to stay still. 5, and lift. 6, lift. All right, now you're twisted. Next time you exhale, rotate. So one shoulder blade's coming off as you twist, then go back to those points. Exhale, twist. Inhale, return. Keep that opposite hip anchored. And back, rotate, and back. Last 2. Exhale. Inhale, return. Let that gaze go with the movement. Back to center. Drop back down. Lower your leg. All right, flip over into kneeling on your hands and knees. All right, we're going to go into a thread the needle. So work with the flat back. And if you like just wiggle around a little again. That could just be the theme of the day. Wiggle around. Make sure your sit bones feel like they're sticking out towards the wall behind you, crown of your head towards the wall in front of you. And then when you exhale, you're going to reach one arm under the other and shift your weight back. Let's do 3 pulses. Deeper, deeper, deeper. Inhale back to the center. Other side. Rotate for 1, deeper 2, further 3, and then back to the middle and keep switching. Exhale 3, deeper 2, further 1, back to middle, and rotate 2 and 3, back to center. One more to each side, and twist. Keep those sit bones pressing back and up, back to center. Last time for 3 and 2 and 1, back to center. All right, with one arm, take it off the mat in like a W shape. I want you to try to draw the breaststroke movement. So you're draw or reach, whatever. You're going to reach overhead. So that's our superhero pose. And then you're going to circle your arm around to your side. So try that again. Just reach out and circle. All right, you got that? Bring it back in. I want you to lift your opposite leg up. As you reach your arm overhead, you're going to send the opposite leg. You're going to bend the knee out to the side as you're circling the arm around. So I'm going to reach away and circle around. Now, the thing that's confusing about this, I find, is this is not the right pattern. It's the backwards pattern for how you'd kick. One more time. So it's really good for your brain because it doesn't make any sense. All right, let's get the other arm going. So we just get the arm up. We go overhead, circle around. Overhead, circle around. All right, and when you get back, tuck back in. Let's take that other leg up. So now arm and leg reach out. We're going to circle around and bring it in. Reach away, circle to your hip. 2 more times. Reach out, circle around and in. Last one. All right, back down onto all 4s. Toes curled underneath. Spread your fingertips apart really wide. And then you're going to push away from the floor with your arms. But as you do it, I want you to rotate your upper arm a little bit at the same time so the pits of your elbows are pointing forward. Now let's go into a cat from here. When you exhale, tuck your tailbone down and start to round your mid back to the ceiling and then hang your head to look at your knees. Now you're going to hold your flexed position. When you exhale, stick out your tailbone, flatten your back, lift your chest, lift your chin. Exhale, tuck your tail under, round your spine. Breathe in there, and then roll back out. Sometimes my headphones aren't a problem at all. All day today, they're a problem. Round again. Just feel like they're going to slip right off in this cat. Stay, and then roll back out. All right, you stay there. Just quick fix. Okay, now keep your back flat. We're going to shift your weight off your knees and into your hands and your toes. All right, so that same little twist and push away with your arms will serve you on this one. When you exhale, feel that load in your arm, and then as you pick up your knees, you're just going to a little bit push back towards your toes, and that'll help with the stability. Stay to breathe in, place those knees back down. So you're going to get that twist, push away, and now I'm going to press up and back slightly. Take a breath in, and then lower. And you may not even move back, but engage the muscles that would push you back. Let's go up one more time like that. Boom. And I kind of exaggerate that shift a little just so you see it's happening. and then back down. Okay, so that's getting you in the right muscles through your arms, using your shoulders without overburdening your wrists. Let's add a cat to that. If this is too much, just do another round of knee down cat. All right, locked and loaded. Push your knees off. Shift the weight back where you can sustain. Keep that low hover. 2 breaths. Exhale, round your spine into cat. Then stick your tailbone out, extend your back. And again, exhale, flex the spine. Your extension should be much less. Like you might stop in neutral. You might get a little bit of extension. Exhale, curl. Inhale, back out. Just one more. Keep pressing away with the heels of the hands. And then bring it back. Drop your knees. Sit back onto your heels. All right, from here, we're going to go onto your side. And I'm going to just lay at a weird angle. I'm not going to stay here, but I'm going to have you propped up. So like I'm actually lifted on my ribs. Instead of being elbow even with your head like that, which is going to cause a lot of strain of your shoulder, you're going to work with your elbow ever so slightly forward. Kind of like how when you grab your hands here, your elbows land forward. That's going to be important for you to stabilize your shoulder blade properly, so we're working through your abs and not like hurting your neck. All right, so this is really how it's going to look. You're going to leave your bottom leg bent a little, much less than tabletop. So many directions. Pose your elbow even with your body, and then just kick it forward like 2 inches. And now let your head rest in your hand and just check that you can still stabilize it. And see, like I can wiggle my shoulder around, right? Amazing. Okay, now you're going to push away from the floor with that elbow so you get a little lift at your waist. And then the other hand goes here. If you ever feel unstable, that hand returns down. All right, bicycle. Lift your top leg to hip height. As you breathe in, you're going to kick your leg forward with your foot flexed. Then you're going to bend your knee, start to swing it back, and extend it out behind you. So it's a big kick forward with a flex foot. Point your toe, bend your knee, swing the leg back, kick it out. Look at my upper body on the next rep. When I start to swing the leg back, I'm going to do a little bit of rotation with my upper body to give me some more space to go into the extension with my leg. One more time. Forward, bend, reach back. Now let's go the other way. Bend your knee, kick it forward, flex your foot, swing it back. Bend your knee, kick it forward, so really reach out that heel and swing it back. And again, make sure you're still lifting. Reach away and swing it back and bend. Kick forward, push out through the heel, sweep it back. One more time. Bend, kick out, sweep it back. All right, now we're going to stay on this side. I'm going to have you lay down on an extended arm and extend both legs so they're in line with your body. Now your stability becomes more challenging because you're laying on the rounded side of your body. You can't really settle into a good flat. Press down with your top hand. You're going to lift both legs. No, you're not. I'm just kidding. You're going to lift your top leg. I forgot, little leg circles. I want these to be super tiny, super fast, this big. All right, on your exhale, circle. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep reaching through those toes. Hold at the top. Give yourself a big inhale. Then around for 1. Remember what it felt like to lift the waist? We want to create that by pushing out through that hip. 3, 2, 1. Hold the leg in the air. We're going to glue the bottom leg to the top one. And now you just have one leg. Bring them down. All right, on your exhale, lift both legs. Inhale, lower both legs. And again, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Watch that top shoulder. I want you to bear down into the hand. It should be active, but not shrugging. So stabilize. And a sense of very slightly dropping down the shoulder actually helps you connect with the chain of muscles on the side so you get support at your waist too. Okay, boom. We have one more layer of that to add. So back to your shoulder. Arms on your side. We're going to add a side bend. Initiate it with the same drop of your shoulder. When you exhale, lift the legs, and at the same time, slide your top arm down your side to rise to side bend. Inhale to lower. And again, exhale, lift and reach through the arm. Inhale, back down. Just 3 more. I'm pushing down into the palm of my bottom hand. That arm becomes the kickstand. 2 more times. Do not forget your good old glute on that top side, pushing your top hip forward. And then back down. Yay. Let's do your other side. All right, so initial position. Bottom knee bent a little. That just increases the base of support. That top leg will be straight. I take the propped up elbow, move it out a little, and just get the head resting into the hand. Okay, that's my plan one. That's my backup plan. Top leg goes to hip height for the bicycle first. As you inhale, you're going to swing your leg forward like you're kicking a soccer ball. Then you're going to bend your knee. As that knee swings back, you add a little rotation and extend the leg. Inhale, swing forward. Exhale, bend, reach back and twist. Inhale, front kick. Bend and reach away. On the forward kick, try to push your sit bone away from your shoulder, and that'll just give you the best, quickest stretch to the hamstrings. 2 more times. Keep lifting the bottom side of the waist. 1 more. Swing, bend, reach it back. Hold there. Reverse, reverse. Inhale, bend your knee. Kick it forward. Go to that flex foot moment so you get a good stretch. Then pull it back. And then bend. Reach forward. Push out. Take your time. Swing it back. Bend. Kick out. When you pull back, give me that lift. Allow for the twist. 2 more times. Bend. Reach forward. Pull it back. And 1 more time. Dink. And back. All right, let's take it on down to flat. You're laying with your head, resting on that bottom arm and your palm down. Peek down at those legs. Get them in line with you. Lift your top leg up to hip height. Now reach out through the leg. Make it feel longer, pushing out from your hip. Let's circle. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse it. I wanted to do 10 and I was like counting to 8. See, numbers don't even mean anything. So when I say them, we're really in trouble. Hold your leg up. Okay, we made it. Bring up your bottom leg to your top leg. Now you have 1 and pull them down. All right, let's get a few of those. Exhale, squeeze your inner thighs, then lift both legs. Okay, so you're going to get the connection of the inner thigh first, then the outer hip muscles to lift. Exhale on the way up. Inhale, lower. Can you still get lift under your waist? It's hard. 1 more time. Exhale up, but like good hard, and lower back down. All right, you will smush the bottom side of your waist when you do a side bend. That's the effect of the bend. On the exhale, slide your top arm down your leg, push away and lift those legs that little bit. Inhale to come back down. And again, exhale as you lift, inhale to lower. Draw your abs in, side bend. Inhale down, 2 more times. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 1 more. And lift up and lower down. Roll back onto your back. All right. Let's get wild. We're going to do a roll up with a side plank. I'm going to have you work with your legs open a little bit. If for some reason that stops you from being able to do the roll up, ignore me and put your legs back together. But you'll see why I'm saying that in a second. All right, arms up to the ceiling. Reach your arms overhead about halfway, which is a nice stretch for your lats, but you got to keep those ribs down to get it. Now you're going to take an inhale, lift your arms over your chest. When you exhale, nod your chin, and we're going to roll up 1 bone at a time. And I'm going to have you reach all the way forward over your feet, but a little higher. So you can see I got the arms parallel to the floor. Now I'm going to swing the arms horizontally, plant into my bottom forearm, and I'm going to go up into a brief side plank. Then I'm going to drop the hips with control. We're going to go to the other side. So you're going to windmill around. Now, if I do this right, let's pop up again. I'm going to switch which side we go to first every time. Let's go back to the middle. Okay, and then just start to roll down. But if we mess it up, we mess it up. The point is we're going both ways every time. Okay, inhale, arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, nod your chin, round forward, and just get up on the sit bones. You can totally bend your knees here if you need to achieve that. So now we're going to go to the side, pop the hips up, arm goes overhead. Land back down. We're going to push off with the arms. We're just windmilling horizontally around. Plant the forearm. We push up. Other arm goes overhead. Back to that forward reach. Make sure on the sit bones there. Get that moment. And then roll back. Arms overhead. Again. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, curl up. Stretch towards your legs. Let's go to the side, plant onto your forearm, lift your hips, come on back down, round forward, roll down. Ooh, no, I messed up. It's okay though, it's okay. Because we're just going to do it to the other side. Oh man, what a stinker. I was on such a roll. And I go forward. Oh well, I mean, really, what was the harm? So we did an extra sit-up. I'm going to do this last set right. Oh, it's the worst when you mess up on like the last exercise of a workout. All right, let's go back this way. Oh man, because you know I'm not starting this over again. It's one thing when I say something dumb, like as I'm walking to the mat, but not all the way at the end. Yay! And then reach it forward, roll down. All right, so this time, let's just go up. We're not doing that side plank either side. Arms up, curl forward. Then, this time around, just bring your arms to the back and just get a little lift to your chest. Pull your shoulder blades back so you come out of all that flexion and return. All right, home stretch. Just in time. We're going to stand up to finish. I'm going to move my mat just because I don't know that you have to, but just where it is. I feel like I'm going to trip on it. Okay. All right, so I want you to start just casual, but just your feet a little wider than usual. And we're going to just do a little bend to your knees and step into a curtsy. Curtsy with a side bend. So I'm going to have you reach your arms out. We're going to go to the same side over and over again. So I've just got this little bit of give, and I'm just going to go into a stretch and then back out to there. And just keep repeating that side over and return. And I'm back to that bouncy quality. Remember we were doing like that up and down jostle? So now we're just putting it back into gravity. We're doing that 2 more times. And I just release into that bend. I want you to hold this last one. And then keep your legs crossed. Come back up to vertical. All right, now let your arms back down. I'm going to have you bend your knees. So now you're in just a little bit of a plie. Leave your front knee bent. And twist a little bit. Leave your front knee bent. I'm going to have you step back with your back leg to the leg straight. Reach your arms overhead. And then come back in. We're going to go back and in. So both legs keep a little bit of a turnout. All my weight stays in that front leg. Reach and pull, reach and pull. Last 2. Stay there. Now pulse into the front leg, which is that little bit of pressure through the heel, dropping your hips forward so you're activating the glute. And 6, 7, and 8. Come on out of it. All right. Step forward. So now you're parallel with that first leg. Go down into a neat bend. And rotating to the screen side, you're just going to do a big twist and then back down. Okay. I'm twisting with the same arm that was getting the stretch in the side bend. Now add your opposite leg, stepping back and forward. Back and forward. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so let's do that sequence to the other side now. So you just go back to that wider stance, arms out, little bit of a give. So we bounce into that give and then take the moving leg behind the other leg to make that little tiny curtsy gesture. One more time. All right, hold the cross leg, come on up. Now we're going to let your arms start by your sides. Put a little bit of a bend in your knees. Step back your back leg, and we go into that fencer's lunge. Hang your arm back down. So the weight is always loaded over that front heel, and I'm making all the adjustments of angles to help keep it there. Gentle swing from those shoulders. 2 more. Stay on this one and pulse down from the hips. Drive the energy down into that front heel. 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Step forward with your other leg. Come back down into a squat, arms long. Now, rotate towards the green. Come back down. I almost said rotate towards the swing, only if you have one. Letting your hip come back. Let's do 4 more, just your upper body. And it's going to be the opposite leg. We got 1 more of these. All right, so you step back as you rotate. Sort of step, twist it in. And that way we get this opening, close, stretching the obliques, closing them in. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Boom. All right. Put your heart rate up a little bit to finish. Yeah. Have a great day. I'll see you soon.